Hi everyone, Ali here. Well, today I thought I'd do a take 6 out of my take 6 bucket. And today I have picked add diamonds, add dogs, so that'll be my crazy dogs, which I love so much. Add the colour green, which is probably not my most favourite colour, but anyway. Use distress inks, add a napkin, and my last one, add drippage to my page. So let's get started on these prompts. So firstly, what I'm going to do is going to get my art journal. So this is a journal that I've adapted from an old cooking book. I think it's a kid's cake book or something. So my first prompt is add a napkin. So I'm going to add that first. So I need to pull the back layers of the napkin off. So I only have one piece of the napkin there. So I think this is only a 2-ply napkin. So I'm going to stick my napkin down on my page using 1 part PVA craft glue, just from my local Spotlight store, and 1 part water. So I've already made some up in this little bottle here that I use, and I just want it to stick on the page. A bit of a blast with the heat gun just for my next step. So I decided to tear away the excess napkin, and what I found was the glue was probably still a little bit wet, or I didn't use as much glue and it didn't adhere properly. So here I am just clipping it and re-gluing where I have to. Just giving it another hit with the heat gun just to make sure it's all dry. So now I've torn off my excess and re-glued down my edges, my torn edges. I'm going to go around with some black craft acrylic paint just to border this up. I don't want straight edges with my border, so I'm not particular about any straight edges. I'm just putting the paint on just to give it a bit of a playful feel. Once again, just give it a blast with the heat gun also, just for my next step. My next step is to add diamonds. I've got the Sizzix die cut, which I've just created a stencil. I'm going to use some texture paste here just on my page, just randomly, just putting it over. Once again, just giving it a blast with the heat gun just for the next step. So my next prompt was to use green. Now I've made up some paint spray using Semco bright green acrylic paint here, and I've just used 1 part water, 1 part paint just to give it that spray. I'm also using the drippage prompt as well, so just spraying it and adding some water as well just to create the drippage. I also put some blue on this as well, just to enhance the drippage on the page. Just giving this a bit of a dry with the heat gun. gun also, just to make sure that I'm happy with the drippage. Up to the fun part now of using Crazy Dogs. This is the large Tim Holtz collection, so I'm using some archival ink here to stamp on some white cardstock, making sure that I've got a good impression of them all. I absolutely love these dogs. I love all of them actually. So stamping them all down. So now I'm going to use some Miskit. What this is, it's like a plastic liquid that you actually paint on the areas that you want to stay white. So you've really got to give this a really good shake. Be warned, use a really old paintbrush as well, because it is like a plastic and it will ruin your paintbrushes. So you paint this on and you let it dry basically. Now what this does, once it's dried, then you can actually apply your colour to your stamped images. So you can go over the Miskit and this will prevent any bleeding going through. So once you've actually coloured, then you can actually just rub off the Miskit and it is just like a plastic. This is really a great product to have for these types of techniques. So the Miskit is all dry. Now I can continue on using my prompt of using distressed inks. So this is how I actually store my distressed inks in big trays like this. So I'm going to use browns and tan and ochre colours to my dogs. Dyes for my Crazy Dogs here. As you know, I'm not a fussy cutter by all means, so I'm going to die cut these out. So as you can see, also the Miskit also just rubs off and reveals the white underneath. So that's what I want. I want to keep that white area on these, so it protects the white area. I'm also going around the outer edge with a black marker just to get rid of that little bit of white line around the Crazy Dogs. So the dies actually do cut really close, but sometimes there is a little bit of white. So just to get rid of that, I just use a white texture marker just around the outside. Colouring in the noses, and that, don't they look cool? Love it. So I'm just going to arrange them onto my page here. So absolutely love these dogs. I think I could use them on every page if I could. So now that I've got them arranged on my page, I'm going to use some gel medium to adhere my dog's neck down on the page. So I need to actually just put the gel medium on the back, as I've coloured the front with distress inks, so I don't want them to blend into anything as such. So I'll just attach that to the backs of them and adhere them down. I also just use one of my acrylic stamping blocks just to put on the top, just for a bit of weight, just so they stick down properly. You wouldn't want a Crazy Dog to be let loose on this page. going to use some Distress Glaze, and this is like a waxy substance to stop the pages sticking together when the book is closed. So I'm just rubbing it all over the Crazy Dogs as such. Don't need much at all, so a little goes a long way with this product. So now I've just added my prompt, which is no matter what we want it. So, which is a Crazy Dog thing, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed my Take 6 art journal for today. Please don't forget to give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. See ya!